Hey everybody, welcome to another Legion Live. I'm Norm Farrar, aka The Beard Guy here, and this is brought to you by PrivatelabelLegion.com. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about something really cool. It hasn't been talked about very often, and usually a lot of people get misinformed about it. It's Google My Business, and how this is the best kept secret for any brand or service out there. All right, if you like what you hear today, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring a bell, do whatever you do in social media. And also, what's probably more importantly to us is that you engage. When you become part of the group, ask us questions. You can ask us questions about this topic or any topic, but we will provide answers, or members in the group will provide answers. All right, so let's just dig right in to Google My Business. What is Google My Business? Well, first of all, Google My Business is a free service launched by Alphabet. So for those of you who don't know who Alphabet is, that's Google. And I believe it was in 2014, they created this for local businesses to help them be found on the internet. So it's a united interface that provides all these different Google services, and what it allows you to do is be found on internet a little bit easier. Now, if you were to ask anybody in SEO a year ago, they would have probably said that this was impossible for brands. I still hear it, that you have to be a bricks and mortar store to take advantage of this. Forget it, old news. Google opened this up. It is for brands. You do not have to be bricks and mortar. However, I'll tell you about how you have to set it up in the profile, which means you still have to provide an address. But if you hear that, forget it. It is for brands, services, bricks and mortar, almost any type of business right now. And the good news for everybody is that 90% of bricks and mortar businesses out there never use this product. They didn't understand or don't understand how powerful this is. So if 90% of bricks and mortar have not done this, imagine about the brands. I only know a handful of brands that are using this right now to take advantage of it. And once you see how powerful this is, it's crazy. It really is the best kept secret out there. But before you get into it, you have to create a profile. It doesn't take any long. It can take minutes to set up your actual profile, but you do need a couple of things. You need a Gmail account for sure. So even if you have like a G Suite account or just a regular Gmail account, you can use that. You'll also be asked to either register by phone or have an address. So they'll send you out a postcard where there'll be a code on it. Now, don't freak out. You're going to be asked for your address, but there is a checkbox that says that you don't have to have your address promoted, so it doesn't have to be seen. Also, don't try to trick Google, okay? Their algorithm will pick this up in a second. If you're trying to show a PO box, forget it. If you're working out of your home, if you're working remotely, fine, give your home address and just check that box. Don't freak out about it. Don't use suite number. Don't use unit number or apartment number. Don't try to fool the system. It's not going to work, okay? You'll just get rejected and you have to start the whole thing over again. All right, so once you get in there, you'll see this. It won't be intimidating. You'll just see a bunch of different areas where you can start to plug away. Some will be just like posts, for example, info. So general info, your description of your company, the times that you're open, just the basic, and I'll get into this in a second, but then you've got insights and reviews and messages, photos, videos, bookings, anything you pretty much can think of will be in this area, which literally, if you just click on each one, you'll see how easy it is to fill it out. Now, there is training out there. You can go into YouTube or you can go wherever you'd like to get the most out of your each section, but I'll just go through a few things first. One of the probably the biggest advantages that most people don't realize is that Google My Business will take up so much area. So if you take a look at your cell phone, can you imagine if you did a Google search and it thinks your account, your GMB account, is relevant? When you go to your on your mobile phone, you'll have to go through 3 screens to get to your next competitor. I'm sure you've seen this on your desktop. It's on the right-hand side. It's that area that takes up all that space when you're looking for XYZ brand. And all of a sudden you'll see images and a map, and it'll have reviews, it'll have blog articles, everything there, that whole space, that's all you. And the other thing that is key is that you can only be number 1. There is no number 2. Google My Business accounts are relevant, and when they get picked up, you're the only place there. Now, I should tell you that if you might be able to type in 6-inch bully sticks, and you might be shown with Google My Business, but you might not be shown for 12-inch bully sticks because it's not relevant enough. Once you see it, and once you start seeing these keywords, and once you start promoting these keywords, you'll start to see that you become more and more relevant. But also, Google is taking that algorithm and it's saying, what, based on the content that you're providing, what are other keywords that you are relevant for that you had no idea that you'd be relevant for? So when we first started doing this, we were tracking our keywords, and all of a sudden we started tracking for all sorts of other keywords that if you type them in, you could see them on my Google Business account was going, Google My Business account. I'm going to say GMB from now. That's easier. But my GMB account was showing up, and it just expands more and more. I should mention that this is a long-term play. If you're expecting, just like a press release, if you're expecting national exposure on every keyword out there on one press release, same thing here. It's not going to happen. You've got to build it. You've got to continually build it. And one of the more important things is consistency. Just like building content on your website, you want to make sure that you're building content in your Google My Business account. If that's once a week, you're spending a bit of time, or if it's once a month, at least it's consistent. But talking to friends and people that are in the know for Google My Business, they say spend 10 minutes a day and you won't believe the results. I can tell you, I can't believe the results that we've been able to see and the amount of traffic that's started to come into the different brands that we've started to play around with. All right. So there's another advantage called the clickless search. So this is a product or a blog, or again, its relevancy. You're going to be picked up, and by clicking on this clickless search, it'll go directly to whatever the link is. So if it's a product, it could go right to the shopping page. It's clickless. You just click on it once. It already populates with the picture and everything else. You've seen them. You'll see a product there, or you'll see a blog article, but it's an image that's right there on the Google ranking, or on Google, the Google page. And so all you have to do is click on it and you've bought it. It's similar to the one click on in Amazon. Okay, so let's get into some of the other information about Google My Business. So you've got in the posts area, there's a couple of different areas in posts. So this is when you build your profile. You go into posts and you'll see that there's a few different areas there. One is offer, one is what's new, one is event, and one is product. So the offer is exactly what it says. It's an offer. It's a specific offer, or even a coupon code that you're providing to anybody who sees the product. The what's new could be a blog post. And in the blog post, when you're setting it up, you'll have an option to click learn more, and then person can click on it. Or in the offer, it could be buy or buy now, or there's about 5 or 6 different options there for your call to action. But What's New is really great because you can add blog content and social media posts to your GMB account. Also, if you're having an event, if you're having a live event, or if you're having any event, you can use the event side, and it could be for product launches, it could be for live streams, it could be for sales, any form of event whatsoever. And then my favorite is the product side. Oh my God. You can go in there, you can create categories. You can, like, let's say you're doing pet food and you want to, maybe you have dog food and cat food, and it's all under the same brand. You can categorize them. You can have your products there. You can create your listing. You can create, and it will populate this listing, not only on the Google ranking side, it'll show just like Google Shopping, and it'll also show in Google Images. So have you ever gone into a search and you've clicked, you come up with a regular page, but then you just want to check the images out? Well, you'll see a little price tag there. That's, and not only what's it called? You'll see the price tag on the image. You click on it and you can buy the product directly from Google Images, which is another extra bonus. Now, the other area for Google My Business that I really like is that it can promote a specific anchor URL. So let's say that anchor URL is your website. Fine, it could drive traffic over to and promote and start to rank your website or a product page on your website. It can also take this information, and that anchor URL can be your Amazon store, or it could be your Amazon product listing. If you've got one product that you're trying to target, drive it over there. Might be useful to drive it to your Amazon store so you can have all these other products listed, all driven over to your store or to their specific listing to purchase. Everything that you add, if you're adding, because there is another area for photos, if you're adding a photo or if you're adding a video, this instantly indexes. And what is also incredibly cool is when you're doing like I was saying about the blog posts and for the social content, if you add your anchor URL into any of the posts or blogs, now you're going to have that ranked instantly. The last thing I want to bring to everybody's attention is the Google Tools. So Google Tools, it could be anywhere from a spreadsheet to a Google Doc or to a slide deck. If I'm doing a presentation on my product, let's go back to the dog listings and let's talk about healthy benefits, and I just have a slide or a document about this, I can have that indexed immediately. So now I'm taking control of the slides, any spreadsheets. I know a car dealership that uploads its new car prices all the time using just the spreadsheet. Docs, you can even have transcriptions from Google Chat, your videos from YouTube. All of this is powered by Google My Business. Now, best of all, reviews. You could drive people over for reviews. You can use a link to add a review to talk about your product. It's incredible. So all of this will help you rank, become more of an authority brand. And that's what it takes, right? If you want to become an authority, then you get more sales. Authority, trust, then sales. And also you get tons of extra traffic going back over to your Amazon listing. So this is just a quick summary of this. I could go on really for hours on how to put together a Google My Business account. But anyways, check it out. It is incredibly easy. There's agencies out there that will help you do this as well. But 10 minutes a day will make a night and day difference with Google ranking. In fact, I'll close on this. I know, and people that have ever heard me talk about this, there is a friend of mine who is working with a car dealership in Seattle. They were spending $50,000 a month in SEO. They turned over to Google My Business and they dropped their SEO costs down to, it was $1,000 a month. So anyways, that's the type of difference you can see. Like, I'm not telling the SEO guys that SEO is dead, but Google My Business will definitely help you enhance your product, enhance your search, and enhance your profitability. So that's it for Google My Business. If you want to learn more about it, head over to Private Label Legion. And if you like what you heard today, make sure that you give us a like, hit that bell or ring that bell. I'm an old guy. Ring that bell. Do whatever you have to do in social media. But we're here giving you content on a regular, even daily basis. So please engage with our group, and we look forward to working with you. Hi, I'm Norm Farrar, and I will see you later. And I just said hi. I meant bye. I'll see you.